Mastering Scrum Board Mastery. Unclear dependencies sabotage your sprint cycles. Why do we need to establish a clear process for managing dependencies between user stories on our Scrum board in order to ensure seamless workflow and avoid potential blockers in our sprint cycles? Establishing a clear process for managing dependencies between user stories on a Scrum board is crucial to ensure seamless workflow and avoid potential blockers in sprint cycles. When dependencies between user stories are not properly managed, it can lead to a range of issues that can significantly impede the team's progress and productivity. Firstly, dependencies between user stories refer to situations where the completion of one user story relies on the completion of another user story. This can occur when a user story is building upon the functionality or features developed in another user story, or when multiple user stories are interconnected and need to be developed in a specific order. If these dependencies are not properly identified and managed, it can lead to a range of issues, including blockers, delays, and rework. When dependencies are not properly managed, it can lead to blockers, which can bring the entire sprint cycle to a grinding halt. For instance, if a developer is working on a user story that relies on the completion of another user story, and the dependent user story is not yet complete, the developer may not be able to make progress, leading to idle time and reducing the team's overall velocity. Similarly, if multiple developers are working on interconnected user stories, and one of the developers is blocked, it can create a ripple effect, causing delays and blockers across the entire team. Moreover, poor dependency management can lead to rework, which can be a significant waste of time and resources. When dependencies are not properly identified and managed, developers may end up developing functionality that is not aligned with the overall product goals, or that needs to be reworked due to changes in the dependent user story. This can lead to significant rework, which can be time-consuming and costly. In addition, poor dependency management can lead to delays in the sprint cycle, which can have a ripple effect on the entire product development process. When dependencies are not properly managed, it can lead to delays in completing user stories, which can push out the sprint completion date, and ultimately, the product release date. This can have significant implications for the business, including lost revenue, delayed time to market, and reduced customer satisfaction. To avoid these issues, it is essential to establish a clear process for managing dependencies between user stories on the Scrum board. This can be achieved by implementing a range of strategies, including 1. Visualizing dependencies. By visualizing dependencies between user stories on the Scrum board, teams can quickly identify potential blockers and take proactive steps to mitigate them. This can be achieved by using techniques such as dependency mapping, or by using visualization tools such as sticky notes or digital boards. 2. Prioritizing dependencies. Teams should prioritize dependencies based on their impact on the sprint cycle. By prioritizing critical dependencies, teams can ensure that they are addressing the most significant risks and blockers first, and minimize the risk of delays and rework. 3. Identifying and addressing cross-team dependencies. Cross-team dependencies refer to dependencies between user stories that are being developed by different teams. Identifying and addressing these dependencies is critical to ensure seamless workflow across teams. 4. Implementing a ready criterion. Teams should establish a clear criterion for when a user story is ready for development. This includes ensuring that all dependencies are complete, and that the user story has been properly groomed and refined. 5. Providing visibility and transparency. Teams should provide visibility and transparency into dependencies and blockers, by using techniques such as daily stand-ups, sprint planning, and retrospectives. This ensures that all team members are aware of potential blockers and can take proactive steps to mitigate them. 6. Encouraging collaboration and communication. Teams should encourage collaboration and communication between team members, by using techniques such as pair programming, code reviews, and regular meetings. This ensures that team members are aware of dependencies and can take proactive steps to address them. 7. Continuously refining and improving. Teams should continuously refine and improve their dependency management process, by using retrospectives and feedback to identify areas for improvement, and implementing changes as needed. In conclusion, establishing a clear process for managing dependencies between user stories on the Scrum board is critical to ensure seamless workflow and avoid potential blockers in sprint cycles. By implementing strategies such as visualizing dependencies, prioritizing dependencies, identifying and addressing cross-team dependencies, implementing a ready criterion, providing visibility and transparency, encouraging collaboration and communication, and continuously refining and improving, teams can minimize the risk of blockers, delays, and rework, and maximize their velocity and productivity.